Okay, we are back. Welcome back to my channel. I still feel like a twat saying that. That was not meant to rhyme, but yeah, welcome back. We are back today with another live chat. Let's just call them live chats. I was going to call them... I actually didn't have a name for them, but let's just call them live chats because we love a live chat. As much as I like fun, I also love a deep combo. If you know me, I am such a sucker for a deep combo. I'm that girl who's like in the club. I'm not in the club because I never go to the club. I don't know why I said that. But I'm that girl who's like out for dinner, having drinks, and then I'm like, guys, can we just deep something for a minute? And everyone's like, oh. But anyway, this is my place to deep now. This is my outlet for deep chats. My friends, my friends are laughing at me over there. But yeah. No, this is another episode, and it's episode 2 of these like live chats. And by the way, actually, if you don't already, like, comment and subscribe. If you're listening on podcast, can you please follow me on Spotify or Apple? Because yeah, it helps so much. I want to get some really cool guests, and I have a little list of people that I want on, and there's some ambitious names on there, so if you want to hear from cool guests, please subscribe because it helps this little honey a lot more than you would ever know. But yeah, the next one, so I'm kind of going to do it, I'm going to do it in a journey. And it might feel like a bit backwards to have done shedding first, but it's just the way that I've done it. This journey to like becoming on myself, my most authentic you. I need to stop doing that. It's a bit icky, isn't it? I'm 32, like grow up. Don't need to grow up, but anyway. So yeah, it might seem a bit backwards, but I wanted to give you like the version of how I've done it, and I've done it all quite subconsciously until the past few years. So yeah, episode 1 was shedding. This one is about being you. My whole passion, why I ever started Scenes of Beauty, was because I never felt like I fit in. I never felt like I could just be myself, and so I wanted to start a conversation that basically create a space for people to learn how to be themselves and have conversations about it. So yeah, so today I'm going to dedicate some time to sharing how I think you can be you a little bit more, because actually we're all cool, aren't we? Like, if you think about it, if you deep it, we are all cool. And we should all celebrate coolness, and because we're all unique, so yeah, I'm here for it. So I guess, like, just to contextualise this episode, I am someone who I used to really struggle to be myself, like my own thoughts, my opinions, my feelings. I just never dared to air it, and at times, like, if I'm being honest, I still struggle to be myself. In my job, and like a lot of my friends are like quite big personalities, and I'm surrounded by like a lot of quite successful people, which comes with its own pressures, and I think sometimes I find it hard to find my own voice or my own confidence, or like I dumb down my own opinions, when actually I'm quite talented, I'm quite smart, and I'm quite charismatic. I just hide it and I shadow it sometimes, and so I know a lot of people feel the same, so yeah, if you can relate, hopefully some of what I'm about to say will resonate. So firstly, like, I would say observe your behaviour and observe, like, I'm not a fan of goals and setting like life goals. I was, and it never worked for me, and I know goal setting really works for some people, but for me my best form of growth and confidence is to just let go and just be yourself, essentially, because how can you figure out who you are if you're constantly working towards a goal? I find it so counterproductive, and it actually makes me backtrack. So how I would start is, like, observe who you are. Don't do anything, don't write anything down, but like observe your thoughts, your feelings, like your reactions. If someone says something, like, does it make you feel a type of way? If you eat a certain food, like, does that make you feel a type of way? If you don't move for a day or two, I mean, like in the gym, does that make you feel a certain type of way? If you do something, I don't know, shopping, spending money, does that make you feel good? Does it make you feel bad? If you go on a date, does that make you feel good? Does it make you feel bad? If you go on Hinge, does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel bad? If you spend time with family, does it make you feel good? Like, so on and so on. So just spend a couple of weeks, like, just being conscious, like living consciously, and then you start to like realise what you do and what you don't like, who you don't like, situations that you like, what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel sad, and then you get to a place, you know where we're going here, right? You get to a place where you start to do more of what you do like and less of what you don't. And then you also start to figure out who the real you is. So this is where you have to get deep. And I know I said it before, but I'm such a sucker for depth. I love j'adore. I need to stop doing these weird little things with my hands. I don't know if it's because I'm like weirdly... Anyway, that just gave me the itch. But yeah, you start to figure out like who you are, like, and having your own opinions is so important in the right space. But you'll start to figure out like who the real you is. Then at that point, once you've deeped it and you start to write down like, who am I? Answer that question. Why do I feel like this at a certain point? And then keep asking yourself why and why and why. I went to a social thing today and I actually came away and I felt so disheartened, so uncomfortable, so stupid. Why? Why did I do that? I ate so-and-so today and I actually felt gross about it. Why? Or I ate so-and-so today, or I've eaten like this today and I felt great. Why? Like, why? Keep doing that for a couple of weeks, a couple of months. Like, I still do it now and I'm 6 years in. So keep doing it until it gives you so many answers, and then you slowly start to understand things. You understand yourself. When you start to understand yourself, you don't need reasons or excuses for why you are the way you are. Like, you just are that person, and it all makes so much sense, if that makes any sense. And then make a plan. Like I said it before, I will say it again. I don't think I'll ever be someone who will set personal goals. Not like I am ambitious and I kind of have an idea of where I want to go and what I want to do, but I'm quite fortunate in that I'm someone who constantly pushes anyway. I think if I wasn't, then goal setting would help me. So if you are someone who struggles with motivation in certain areas, then goal setting is great, but for me it's personally not. But I would then start to make a plan. So you have observed, you have asked yourself who you are, you've kind of figured it out, and you don't always have to fully figure it out, right? This is a journey that goes on forever. Actually, top tip, one thing I have learned is that when you overcome something, you'll then want to overcome the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and that's not exhausting, it's actually liberating. So once you realise that, that helps you to let go. Just sidetrack, but made sense to say it there. But yeah, make a plan. So like, who are you now? Like, who do you want to become if you're not that person already? And I'm talking to people here like who are feeling lost, who are feeling down, who don't know what to do, don't know where they're going, don't like who they are, because that was me. So I'm talking to the me 6 years ago, right? So yeah, make a plan of how are you going to become the person that you want to become from who you are now. Remove anything that doesn't align with you, and if you don't know how to do this, watch my shedding video that I did a few weeks ago. Set goals and personal tasks, like, and I mean set goals by like, I want to do 3 workouts this week, I want to do 2 social things this month, I want to go on 1 date in the next 2 weeks, like that kind of stuff. I want to be active on social media every day if you want to do content creation, for example, or if you want a new job, I'm going to write my CV this week and then I'm going to apply for jobs next week. Like those kind of goals, not like long term in 5 years. Again, that doesn't work for me, it might work for you, but set goals based on what works for you. And this is so important, but immerse yourself into the world that you want to be in. So if you're like, I want to be like them over there, but I'm actually me over here, what are they doing that you're not? Like, are they reading books? Are they hanging out at cool parties? Are they, that's probably a really shit example, isn't it? But are they like moving every day? Are they walking every day? Are they talking to their friends more? Are they spending 10 hours a day at work? Are they not spending 10 hours a day at work? Are they spending 4 hours a day at work and the rest of the time inputting it into self-development? Are they content creating? Are they, you know, like, it's, if you want to become, if you're inspired by someone who you're like looking over there and you're like, I would like a bit of that, like, observe them, what sort of things are they doing? What sort of things are they not doing, and try and implement some of that into your life. And remember, it's all about discipline. Like, the more disciplined you are, the further you will go. And like, let's be real, you're not going to see change if you don't change. Like, that's the biggest thing. if you don't change your lifestyle, or you don't change your decision making, or you don't change your discipline, or you don't change your surroundings, nothing about you is going to change. Like, let's be real. I did say about the black and white thing in a previous video, but yeah, it is real talk. Oh, the next one is such a growth, but remove the fear. Like, this is the hardest thing that I faced and still face every single day. But when you have been someone for such a long time, and more than likely for all of your life, like, changing that it's so scary, and people don't understand it. People won't understand it if they're not in a similar mindset to you and they don't want to change and they don't want to grow. That's okay, but also it's okay for you to want to change and want to grow. So yeah, firstly, people don't like it. It's so scary. I'll put some books, actually, some links to some books below, but you have to, oh, it sounds so cringe, but it's obviously a book also, but feel the fear and do it anyway. You just have to immerse yourself into it, and it's not about like quitting your job tomorrow, or shedding someone tomorrow, or stop eating a certain type of food, or like go ham. It's about like subtle changes and discipline and continual change, but also putting things in place that allow you to push through your fear. So having an end destination of, I want to be like them, this is how I'm going to do it, like setting out a bit of a roadmap. And I think you'll find at first, like, it's so cringe, like you're like, huh, this is weird that I've actually been myself, which sounds so ridiculous. But like me, for example, I always used to be someone who was so, I still do it at times, if I'm in certain situations where I don't feel that comfortable or that confident, but I'll be like, play it so cool, or I won't say certain things. I'm actually the biggest nerd. Like, I love to be indoors. I am a massive foodie, so I love like talking about food, or like restaurants, or like I love reading books. I love deep conversations. I don't really like going out and dancing. I don't love drinking, like, but actually that's normal to me now, whereas before, if you'd have told me that, I'd been like, God, get alive, this is so cringe. Like, some of the things that I do, I could get up on a Sunday morning at 8 o'clock and I fucking walk around Manchester, because that's just what I like to do. I enjoy it. Just like silly things. So it's just getting, look, I'm even getting shy about it now, but it's just honing in on who you are and actually owning it, and it's fine to do that. And once you start to do that, God, it's so refreshing. It's like shedding again, like getting rid of all of those insecurities and that stupid behaviour. Like, have you ever been in a club or in a somewhere and you're literally looking around and you're pretending to have a good time, and then you're like, in your head you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? But then you're like, everyone else is in here is cool and you think it's cool to be there, and it's such like this conflicting thing and conversation in your head all the time. So yeah, it's actually a madness once you start to deep it, but some of the things and situations that we put ourselves in is crazy. But once you start to be more comfortable in yourself, like, boy, it is so refreshing. It is refreshing. And then the biggest thing and the most valuable lesson I've learned throughout this whole period is be patient. Like, I have been so impatient on change and growth, and actually it's only in the past, I would say 6 to 9 months, that I've been like, oh my God, this is it, like, I am living my life. Before that, I was always like, oh, I want to get here, but I'm not quite getting it. Why am I not getting it right? And I beat myself up and I self-sabotage. And actually, it's part of letting go. I will do an episode on letting go, but like, just like feeling free comes with time. It doesn't all happen overnight, and it's all growth. And I do now believe in, once you let go and you trust is also an important thing, you will end up in situations where you are meant to be. It sounds so cheesy and so cliche, and I can't believe I'm saying it out loud, but if you be persistent and you remain consistent and you gain trust in yourself and you believe in yourself and you learn to be you, everything then aligns and it starts to pay back by putting you in situations that you're supposed to be in and that you deserve to be in. And then you'll get a moment, I promise you, you'll get a moment and you're like, this now all makes sense. And actually it all stems from just continuously trying to be yourself. And you do that subconsciously through you do that consciously through mindset stuff, or like the stuff that we'll talk about in these videos. But when you have that penny drop moment and you realise, like, you look back and you reflect and you think, God, or if I was just a bit more patient 5 years ago, or if I stopped stressing. Being patient is basically removing stress, isn't it? And letting things happen naturally. And when you start to let things happen naturally, for me, like, just brilliance happens. And so if you can just learn to be a little bit patient with yourself, it's such a game changer. So yeah, again, I feel like I've gone around the houses, but these are just live chats, right? Every girl just live chats. Like, do they live chat like me? I don't even know, but yeah, these are just some little tips of my favourite things on how to be you. I genuinely think it's the most important thing. So just to recap, like, observe who you are, what you're doing, your decisions, the things you like, the things you don't like, and then look into who the real you is. So who are you, what are you about, what do you want, what do you like doing, what you don't like doing, who do you like being with, then make a plan. If goals work for you, great. If they don't work for you, equally as great. It's about knowing and understanding that, and make a plan of like how to get from A to B again, right? Because that's all it is. And then what I've learned is, once, I said it before, but like once A to B starts and then you get to B, you start again for C, for B to C, and then from C to D. It's all a journey. God, that's so cringe, isn't it? But it is all a journey. So yeah, make a plan and align your actions with that plan. Remove the fear, stop the cringe, like, shed the cringe. Oh, shed the cringe, that would have been great to include in that video. But yeah, remove the fear and test yourself, challenge yourself to become more confident and comfortable in yourself and in being you. And just be patient with it. Be patient with yourself, be patient with the world and the universe and the timing. Trust the timing of your life. Now I'm joking, but just trust that what is meant to be will be. The guy you've been waiting for, and also you shouldn't be waiting for a guy, but the guy that you've always wanted to meet, the friendships, the money, the career. Like, if you align your behaviour and your actions and you remain consistent, you be disciplined, like, eventually everything will come. Just let it all happen naturally, because when it doesn't is when it starts to go wrong. So just have a bit of patience, believe in yourself and trust, and you will get there. I do this thing, I'll let you into a secret. I do this thing where I've been reading Oprah Winfrey's book actually, and she says like God signs or something. It's where you see, like, you know, like people see 11:11 and they're like, oh my God, my life's changing. I have like feelings or moments, and I do this, like, my best friend's Christian, by the way, so I do like a Christian signal when I see something and I'm like, it's just gratitude or like being thankful or acknowledging like the crazy stuff can happen and positive stuff can happen. So believe in yourself and be patient. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, if there is anything that you want to talk about, my DMs are open. If there are any topics that you want me to cover, please comment in the description boxes below, in the comments boxes below, and we can chat about it. If there's anyone that you want to see as a guest on the channel or on the podcast, if you are listening on Spotify or on Apple, please let me know, because I will invite them on, because I'd love to have these conversations with people in the real world and people that you guys look up to and are inspired by. So yeah, please let me know, but also like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you here next week. Bye!